In the 90s, point-and-click games were in their prime. We had classics such as Grim Fandango, Monkey Island, Myst, and a lot of others. Yeah, the genre was flawed, but great things came out of it. One game that really flew under the radar was Down Under Dan. It released in '95 in only Australia and the United Kingdom. This game boasted full voiceover, real videos, and digitized actors, which not many point-and-click games had at the time.
Just as my finger depresses the button, I can finally make out the fine print. Eject button! Whoa! Awesome.
The game begins with Dan flying a plane over the Australian outback in search of opal, a very expensive gemstone primarily found in Australia, some types fetching over 10,000 Australian dollars or 7,222 US dollars. So you can kind of see why he's searching for this.
Gee, one of those babies and I could buy my own jumbo jet.
As he's flying, a miraculous flying emu appears and slams into his windshield. This sets up the player for just how outlandish this game is going to be.
Must be my lucky day.
Players must enable the plane's autopilot and awkwardly scavenge the back for survival gear, as Dan will most likely have to jump.
You grab the bright orange lump of
What you need to grab isn't clear, as there's even a survival knife you must luckily just stumble upon behind a box. Like, seriously, who would know to look back here? If you scavenge items before the plane plummets, you must go back to the cockpit and find the unlabeled eject button amongst other unlabeled buttons. Dan falls, and the player must guide him through the air in order to not get hit by emus. Wrap your head around that. If the player didn't grab that orange slab in the back of the plane, Dan will die due to his slow airspeed. Select the orange slab in the menu and Dan will start air surfing with it. You then must guide him around the birds, which is super frustrating, as Dan will randomly just go, "Yeehaw!" and gets locked in a spinning animation. Getting hit by the emus will inevitably happen, until you figure out how to do this whole sequence. You'll be seeing the death screen a lot.
Looks like your time has come. I hope you like it down under, Dan.
Let this super awkward opening sequence and game over screen set the precedence for the rest of the whole damn game. This game heavily involves trial and error, and some really strange solutions to things. It's one of those, where the hell do I go? What do I do? Point and click games. Well, a lot of them were like that, but you get what I mean. Here we have a clip of Dan wiggling his foot on a bear trap in pain. Down Under Dan takes it to a whole new extreme.
Stupid bloody bike's got a mind of its own.
Watch out for the pole, Dan.
What pole? Oh, that pole. Must get my eyes checked.
It's a bit late to get your eyeballs checked, or any balls for that matter.
The controls at times are also horrendous, but it would take me doing a video demonstration to explain why, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Like right here, for example. As you can see, I clearly can't jump up towards the log. You have to go to the middle of the screen and jump diagonally to get onto the log. And even if you do that, there's no guarantee you're gonna land on the log. You might clip through the edge of it. Dan really needs some lessons from Frogger. This whole sequence is so infuriating, I had to look it up just to see how to do it. Whether or not all of this is part of the humor, I'm not really sure, but if you get stuck, there's at least a hint menu you can use. If you finish the game without using this once, I will personally hand you a $5 bill.
Gee, one of those babies and I could buy my own jumbo jet.
Due to some of the compression of the backgrounds and the screen triggers being awkwardly placed, finding out where to go is kinda confusing. Take this screen for example. There are 3 paths in this screen. Can you figure out where they are?
Anyway, enough of these negative vibes. Nicole said you'd help me out.
But if you can look past these issues, the dark humor, funny quips and narration, video content, and crazy events are honestly the highlight of this whole game. It makes it more tolerable when Down Under Dan's flaws are present. It sets the game apart from other point-and-clicks, probably being one of the funnier ones I've actually played.
Shooting accidents are such a tragedy, especially when it's yourself that gets shot. See you around.
In terms of length, though, the adventures of Down Under Dan can be completed within a few hours, if you know what you're doing. If not, I give you like a week, maybe a month, because you're gonna die and die and die and die, over and over again. Although I will say the variety of ways you can die is pretty entertaining.
Let's see the bank repossess this.
After a lot of hard yakka, you manage to force the door open. It gets torn straight off its hinges. And so do you. Start flapping your arms, Dan.
Hey everybody, this is Austin. Thanks for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it, you should really consider subscribing. We put videos out like this every month, so you'll want to keep track. And if you want to keep track of me outside of the collection chamber, you can find me under the YouTube channels Cloud7 and Voice on the Web.